Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Warning.
Yo. Another Hidden Hand Truth Talk 7 Mile moment. What's going down?
Man. This week, man, you know what? It's two shows that I've been waiting for this week on the network, man. It's the Hidden Hand and Detroit Stand Up.
Man.
Because the terms and conditions of what's going on or what's been happening over the last week in the country, in the black community between the Derek Chauvin verdict. What is his last name that I pronounced?
Derek Chauvin, whatever.
And then the two situations between Dante Wright.
Right.
You know, that happened within the last week. And then
same city, I think, right?
Same city as George Floyd. And then we had the young Michaela Bryant.
Right, Columbus, Ohio.
That was just.
I used to stay down there, so I know firsthand about the police.
We got a lot
there
to unpack on this show this week, man. With Brother Judah as well. He's got a buffet of content here to go over and discuss, man. So what we putting on there for him first, man?
Well, I mean, let's start. You know what I'm saying? We got the George Floyd thing going on. You know, that was ill, man. So all week we had it going down, man. We had the kids outside protesting before the event. And this was before the jurors, you know what I'm saying, really came to a decision. And so not only that, you had the I think in Minneapolis you had the National Guard bust that. Right. They got shot at. Right. No, so this was the illest, realest case I have seen, because they wasn't accepting the Rodney King type verdict this week, man. Mark, you know what I'm saying? Right. They wasn't accepting no not guilty type, because you know what I'm saying.
I said that was the best thing for them to do, was to come down with a guilty verdict, because had they not, man, we would have had a worse situation than we seen at the actual time of the incident with George Floyd. We would have seen something way worse in the streets, in the country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they said, you know what I'm saying, you had the kids saying, you know, if you don't convict them, we're going to triple burn down the city. They were saying that, like, we're going to do triple the damage. And not only that, you had Maxine Waters. I think we got the video of that. Maxine Waters came down to visit and said, you need to get, if it's not no conviction, then you need to get more confrontational. You need to get more up front then, which means you need to start burning more shit. And they really tried to, some of the Congress with the Republicans, you already know, they came out trying to say, like, shit.
She's inciting a riot.
She's like, you know what I'm saying, because they still on the back end of the Capitol storming. You know? Right. When people storming it with bear outfits and ram's horns and Viking outfits, and I think a motherfucker came in,
put their feet up on the desk.
I think somebody came in like Tony Stark or something.
Let's see what Maxine Waters had to say, man.
Let's see what Maxine Waters had to say, y'all.
And not just manslaughter, right? I mean,
oh no, not manslaughter. No. This is guilty for murder. I don't know whether it's in the first degree, but as far as I'm concerned, it's first degree.
Congresswoman, what happens if we do not get what you just told? What should the people do? What should protesters on the street do?
I didn't hear you.
What happens? What should protesters do?
Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
What do you think about this curfew tonight?
I don't think anything about curfew. I don't know what curfew means. Curfew means that I want you all to stop talking. I want you to stop meeting. I want you to stop gathering. I don't agree with that.
Are you going to stay out here?
Oh, no, I'm not going to stay out here. I came here from Washington just to be here to make sure that I let my voice be heard among all of those who have been putting so much time on the street. And so I'm hopeful that the protests will continue. And if we don't, we cannot go away.
And not just manslaughter, right? I mean...
Oh, no, not manslaughter. No. This is guilty for murder. I don't know whether it's in the first degree, but as far as I'm...
She said it.
So, what do you think, Mark? You got Maxine Waters coming out saying, hey, if it's no guilty verdict, we got to keep it to the streets.
More confrontational.
More
We need to take
confrontational.
more action. What does that really mean?
How is that? If you're a juror, you looking at it when you go home. How is you looking at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's hurry up and get this over with. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to go, you know what I'm saying, make it a not guilty verdict and damn, I can't leave the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? I can't leave the courthouse.
And the way they was prepping things yesterday, the day before yesterday, rather, before the verdict came down, prolonging the, saying the verdict because they wanted to get the courtroom cleared. They was letting all of the employees go home and things like that.
Right. They was
It
prepping
almost-
for a
it-
not
it-
guilty.
yeah, that's what I was. It made me feel like they knew something already.
So let me tell you this, Mark. Is this the tactics black people got to use right now? A threatening tactic? Because if we feel like he's guilty, we need to show up. And because you know what I'm saying, the one lady from the same city with the taser,
Right.
she ended up busting my man and killing him. They showed up to her house. They ended up barricading her house. So is that right for the cops to barricade a house, but yet it's still a witness for a murder? You ain't barricading his shit or her shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them get murdered. So why would you barricade her, which we are paying all their bills? I mean, all their salaries, all their money. You know what I'm saying? The wages. And so, do you think it is really correct for the cops to barricade a suspected white supremacy killer versus us who paid, the citizens? You know what I'm saying? If we out, you want us to so-called snitch on something because they would, you know what I'm saying? You got to get out. They want the black community to get out to what? The no snitch law or the no snitch rule. Are you gonna barricade some of the witnesses' houses with police and stuff and make sure they're safe and their family's safe? No.
I mean, because you do put these individuals on a put the spotlight on these individuals. I'll say that
At risk.
Okay, just as you would any other the individual's home that you barricade.
Right.
And that's the reason why you call yourself protecting them, right? But in the flip side of the situation, they don't get that same energy.
Right. And so after the verdict of guilty, 15, I think it was like 15 or 7, they had it down to the exact 13 minutes or so many minutes after it was a shooting or a killing in Columbus, Ohio. The great Columbus. I used to stay there, man, for years. I love Columbus, you know. So my wife is from Columbus.
What's the racial climate like in Columbus?
Majority black, or it's I would say it was majority black because due to the Somalians and the Ethiopians, the Eritreans, all in the city. That I think Columbus have a population of over 800,000. Almost reaching 1 million. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of
so the police.
The police is as far as they have black police, but they have a bunch of I would say
So
the
probably same
ratio
thing like Detroit, huh? Maybe.
No, the ratio of the police there is 80% white.
Okay.
In a majority black city. So it's pre-Detroit to after the before the riots. You know what I'm saying? And I think Columbus needs something like, I'm not encouraging rioting, but you need to put your police in check. Uprising. You know what I'm saying? You need to put your police in check because a lot of shootings has been going unchecked. And I think this one right now hit the heart because it's a 15-year-old girl who I think she's supposedly her people called them.
She actually called.
Right.
Yeah, the police.
And you have a right to defend because Ohio is a stand your ground state. Ohio is a stand your ground state. And so you have the right to defend yourself. So by me calling the cops, I'm trying to wait till they get back. Damn, I'm trying to defend them off. Right?
But
right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm trying, and so I call the cops. I'm in a stand your ground state. Michigan is a stand your ground state. Florida, as we all know it, you know what I'm saying, from the Trayvon Martin, is a stand your ground state. So stand your ground means if you're getting into like a crime or you feeling like a victim, you have a right to stand your ground and protect yourself, right? So Ohio is one of them states. And so when I'm tripping on, if I call the cops supposed to come up. They work for the community. They are the community protectors, the community diffusers. You should not always choose for the gun to make your decision for the outcome, because that's what he chose. He rolled up, seen the situation, and I hear that he's a ex-military, so he's a marksman, because that's the 4.5 to the chest, real accurate. You know what I'm saying? So he's a killer. Basically, you didn't come up to defuse the situation by, you know what I'm saying, because you work for the community. We pay your wages, your salaries. So you came up and just say she didn't charge at him or nothing. So we had the videos for that. I mean, this is explicit, graphic. It's very graphic, so beware. This is the actual footage from his body cam I think I got. So let's roll it.
Yeah, that footage is hard to watch.
That's the explicit body cam footage. A lot of y'all haven't really seen that footage. I mean, I know a lot of y'all have seen the other one where he was just standing over her. You know what I'm saying? From I think that was on Instagram or whatever, Facebook. But that's the actual
I want to know
body cam footage.
Okay, you as a father, right?
Right.
You have a daughter at home and 2 girls, 3 girls, whether they're grown, teenagers, what have you, descend upon your property to attempt to harm your daughter. She's in the house.
Right.
Okay. You're the father. You're there. What do you do?
Well, it depends. You know what I'm saying? Because your daughter's outside just chilling. You know what I'm saying? She's a teenager.
Wait. You and your daughter is in the house.
Okay.
Okay. Because from what I understand, knives don't grow on trees. They don't grow off of plants and shit like that, right? You and your daughter are in the house. Now you get a rattle on the door. You know what I mean? What's your next move as the father?
To go out there, really, to leave my daughter inside.
You and your daughter are in the house.
Right. I'm gonna go out there myself, and you know, because they at the door. I'm gonna answer the door.
So
I'm try to diffuse the situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to first to diffuse the situation as the adult. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because I feel like the adult trumps anything, because when you go out, you can basically diffuse the situation most of the time.
And that's kind of where it spirals out of control to me, like in the hands of the father who's there with his daughter and is unable for whatever reason or another. And this is not the point, blame, shift blame, whatever, but it's just like, I just feel like me being in that position, and you can never tell what you're gonna do in a situation until you in it.
Right.
But I just feel like as a father and as a man, if I see harm coming to my daughter and I have a way to prevent it, I'm going to prevent it by number one, not opening the door.
I mean, you can say that, but you know what I'm saying. You got a
If
lot of
if they
situations
out there
where the
fighting,
teens.
I'm gonna call the police and let them. And okay, but go ahead, continue. What you gonna say? What? Okay.
Okay, what if they beating in your door?
Beating in as if beating the door.
I done seen a situation
trespassing, breaking into my house.
I done seen that. Yes.
So if you're breaking into my house now, okay, I have a legal right to shoot you.
Right. But what if the father so-called can't own a gun? He's a convicted fella.
Okay, and then this brings me to the point of yesterday when I talked about this on my live. Any event that I end up outside of the house with my daughter and I'm unable to defuse the situation, you know what? I might just be out there whooping some teenage girl ass and shit. I'll sue me or whatever, right? But I'm not gonna let anybody harm my daughter. I'm gonna be out there whooping somebody's kids because now in this event, if I'm a respectful dude. I'm gonna try to diffuse it, right? I ain't gonna.
These kids crazy. What
if they get all right? So that's the reason when I get that reaction out of them, I have no choice because
the kids gonna rip down your motherfucking poles and all your banisters.
Right. They're not.
You know how to do old people? They rip down their banisters.
So now put yourself in the position of the cop, right? And then let's not even say that you are a cop. Let's put yourself back in the position of the father. Say that you were the father pulling up on the scene. You got the call from your daughter, said, "Dad, these girls is at the house. Fight me. We outside. You come home. You just so had to be on your way home from work. You pull up. Just like the cop did. And you just so happen to have your firearm on you. Your legal right to protect your daughter from imminent danger.
First of all, I know they're young. I know they're young, so I can bust.
Do you know that?
I'm a bust in the air first. I'm not gonna go aim to kill because they got knives. First of all, I got a pistol.
If you pulled up and the girl was in a position swinging a knife at your daughter.
I mean,
This is what the cops seen from the back. And I'm not saying that this is a plausible reason to pull out the gun and shoot her, but if you are a CPL owner like I am, you know that they teach you when you get your license that you have the right to use lethal force.
One thing I feel like this: if you work for the community, you are the community protector. You should be aiming for the feet, for the legs. You shouldn't be aiming to kill, but yet and still in their training, as we see in the Shavon,
to shoot to kill.
Right.
They're not trained to shoot. They're the center mass.
That gotta change.
You're never taught to shoot at the legs.
That gotta change.
The only thing that shooting at the legs gets you is a lesser charge.
Let me tell you this:
attempted murder for shooting someone in the leg.
I have stayed in Columbus numerous years. I have seen when they have beat Michigan in games to where they have literally beat the shit out of the cops, and they don't do shit to them. I have seen on High Street to where the bars let out, to where they are unruly, and to where they have fights, and to where the police roll up. They don't roll up with the gun. I have seen knives, guns. I have seen that, and they seem to take a different approach.
Hey, I have a video that I queued up on my show yesterday where a guy was wrestling with two cops.
Right.
Took his baton and began to whoop on him. Got the best of him, got up, got in the car, and got in the police car and drove the fuck off.
If you go on High Street in Columbus, on Butler's, down in that area on a Saturday, the Graduate Hotel area and all that, you would see wild activities, but you would not see cops approaching them the same way they just did the 15-year-old in situations with a knife. I have seen rocks and stones hauled at cops. I have seen them get literally bitten. Cops get bitten, attacked in that area.
Then
and so,
I've seen the argument online that said that young Michaela, she had the knife in her hand and began to swing it after she had already seen the police on the scene. So it was almost as if some say She brought it on herself.
I wouldn't really say that because you are the community protector first. You are the cop and you're a marksman. You're a military op, whatever. You're ex-military. You know how to diffuse a situation the right way. You do. And you know how to kill. But your job as the community protector or the community police is to diffuse the situation in the correct way. You could have shot at the ground. You could have shot in the air. I know they say bullets come down and it might hit somebody else. Or you could have shot at the legs to take down, because they have a knife. What are they going to do? They're going to dagger the knife at you and hit you in the neck? What is this, the movies? No. You're far away. You're a marksman. You're a military. You're ex-military, ex-Marine or ex-Army person that has joined the police. So what do I say? This right here is the white supremacist. You see the opportunity to take out a melanated person. This is opportunity, is what they're doing. And so, like,
yeah, that's what I seen too. Also, Bless Swafford. That was a point that I was wondering too, because I seen a lot of media outlets kept saying that she was 16 when she was actually 15.
15, 16, no matter.
Right.
If you roll up and you're supposed to diffuse, you shouldn't diffuse a situation with the bullets, especially in a knife fight situation.
The age, right? Here's why the age, whether she was 16 or 15, it matters, but it doesn't matter in the sense of she was shot and killed, right? Because you know, at the end of the day, she's not here. But my thing is, when the cop pulled up, was the initial thought of his, or was it supposed to be, how old is this girl? There was no recollection. And again, I'm not defending him or anything, but it's like, we're bringing up her age, and that's not really a factor in anything that's going on right now.
It should, because
wait,
say 15, 16-year-old female.
Here's the thing, right? And again, I'm not defending it. Like, I don't feel like that it should have happened. I'm going to say that.
Right.
But like, it's not like he pulled up, asked the little girl for her ID, found out how old she was, and then shot her. He didn't shoot her because of her age. Her age had nothing to do with her being shot. It just makes it more tragic of a situation that she was 15 and was killed by the police.
So, okay, we got another video of a police that's wilding out. We in Louisville. Let's go 300 miles away down south to Louisville. Not to Louisville police. About 400 miles. The police, the guy is protesting, and the police arrest the guy. The guy have broad shoulders. You know what I'm saying? He can't really get the, you know what I'm saying, how you try to get him in arrest mode. You know what I'm saying? They kind of struggling, so they start pinning them down and punching them in the face. What do you think about that?
Well, let's watch it and see.
One punch by a Louisville Metro police officer, then a second, a third, a fourth. Each caught on video during this arrest at Jefferson Square Park on Sunday.
That first trip that they try to hit me, like, I'm like, dang, they really trying to they trying to do me bad.
According to the police report, D. Garrett was causing a disturbance to the public while holding a large wooden cross in the middle of the street. This photo shows him within the crosswalk. He was charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest.
I was defenseless. I told him, like, man, I'm not resisting arrest. You know, I'm not resisting arrest.
Garrett was released from jail early Monday morning, his right knee wrapped up and his eye swollen. The arrest report says Garrett was told to put his hands together close enough to put handcuffs on. He argues his broad shoulders made it difficult to do so. After a few moments, he's thrown to the ground by several officers.
They broke his glasses into his eye.
Friends who were there still traumatized.
It's just hard.
And his attorney, David Maurer, wants to see the officer who threw the punch punished.
This officer needs to be immediately suspended without pay, pending the outcome of a criminal investigation. You know that there is no way that this is an appropriate and proper use of force.
This video caught the eye of Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who called these photos of Garrett's injuries concerning during a press conference on Monday.
We need to analyze it. If it's wrong, we need to admit it, and we need to learn from it.
LMPD Chief Erica Shields released a statement hours after the incident, saying these strikes to the face raise serious questions and are not consistent with LMPD training. She said a professional standards investigation will begin immediately.
I have the right to protest, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
For the
pictures. Yo, what you think about that?
Man. So you mean to tell me they beat this dude because his shoulders is too big to cuff him?
Right. Beat him all in the face. You see his eye. So is the police wilding out on the race?
What you mean is that a question?
I mean, you see him wilding out. And so they shooting 15, 16-year-old kids in situations to defuse a fight. A guy protested, which is his right. They can't pin him down because he got broad shoulders, so they trip him down, subdue him, and punch him all in the face. You know what I'm saying? They look at us as bucks, black guys particularly. You know what I'm saying? As bucks. Let's get these big bucks down, especially if you're a big dude. Because you're already intimidating to them. So they need 2, 3, 4, 5 people pinning you down. This is the tactic. This was learned from the Nazis. When they were subduing down the Jews, yo. And before that. And so, man, I just see it this summer, man, with the Columbus thing. Because LeBron, we got the picture of LeBron tweets, "You're next," to the cop. Signaling like this is the next Minneapolis. It's every year we're gonna go through this, man. We're gonna have a new George Floyd. Mark?
I mean, every week. What do you mean every year? Every week. I mean, right as the George Floyd trial was going on.
Right. I mean, every
week. Did
we
not have the situation with Dante Wright happen?
But are they gonna pick a certain one
that's gonna be
that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying,
each year, yeah,
the pinnacle of it, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take this into the top of
just
it,
like
right
Alton
here.
Sterling, just like
Philando
Castile.
Because it could be 10 in a year, 20 in a year, but it's gonna be that
superstar,
one.
Right? The one martyr each year.
So she's 15. We had last year, we had the Breonna Taylor, because, you know what I'm saying, her mom got removed from Facebook. She posted on Facebook, and I think Facebook removed her because she was out calling Black Lives Matter. I think we got the pick of that.
Breonna Taylor, I believe, was 19. Then 20 was Floyd. Now 21 is.
And what was it? 17 was Trayvon or whatever. And I mean, every year we got to have.
Yeah, then we had Mike Brown the year after Trayvon, I believe. Then maybe Philando Castile or Eric Garner, one of the two. One of the two. Throw Sandra Bland in there somewhere.
Right.
Okay, throw
Tamir Rice.
Throw Tamir Rice in there somewhere.
And you got to also throw
Alton Sterling.
Before all that went down, the one girl from
the pretty girl. Well, they was all pretty, but the one that who was her name? Shoot, she was real conscious, light skinned girl with dreads.
Right.
I can't think of her name.
So man, it's
so many of them. It's not like we're not forgetting them. It's just so many. We just failed to recall. But
man, so we got Facebook removes the post by Breonna Taylor's mother. Got that picture right now. That's ill, man. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
Censorship, man. There's key words. We know that there's hot trigger words that the social media platforms, the powers that be, the community standard police are automatically notified by them the minute that they're posted. The second that something is posted, it's flagged.
And why they doing that? Okay, let's say we dealing with the police.
Corinne Gaines. That's the one I was talking about. Corinne Gaines. We talked about Sandra Bland already.
Right. Okay, what about the 17-year-old? Okay, let's tell you about this story. We got a picture of this. A 17-year-old was dating this I think just allegedly was dating this biracial girl in Knoxville, Tennessee. And so the girl rushes home to her mom, and the mom noticed that it was so-called some physical abuse done to her. So she immediately, this is all during school time. School is still carrying on. So that mother of the girl he was dating called the cops and told the cops that this guy could possibly have a gun. He's at school and he put physical abuse to my daughter.
Right.
So the cops goes up to school only to find the boy in the bathroom and order the boys out and say, come out of there, believing that he has a gun on him. He's a so-called, I guess, game banger or whatever. He's dating this girl. So the boy gives him a hard time with coming out. Long story short, police gun him down inside the bathroom.
And what city did this happen?
This is Knoxville, Tennessee. But I think Benjamin Crump is on the case. Benjamin Crump said that they said that he had a gun, but come to find out when they rushed into the bathroom, supposedly, allegedly, that the cop shot himself. So that's why they shot my man down, the 17-year-old, because they hear shots. He shot himself, so they just opened fire on the 17-year-old, thinking that he had a gun because it was already put in their mind by that his girlfriend that he was dating, mother, said that he was this thug that beat my daughter. So what do you think about that, man, Mark? Was that the wrong approach?
Shit, was what the wrong approach to
for them for them to really
to kill him?
Yeah, to kill him. Go to school, high school. First of all, and kill him in the bathroom. First of all, the damn whole school need psychiatrists, right? They should. After you hear about that or see something like that, I would think that all these teenagers, because what if he was a popular guy?
That's a school shooting.
Well, but yeah,
it's an in-school shooting.
But what if this guy was a popular guy? You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter if he was a popular guy, not to take nothing away from him and his life. But guess what? If something happened like that inside of the school, outside of the hands of the police, then guess what? Then they would have the school counselor up there.
Right.
They would have. So yeah, I mean that's a traumatic experience for the whole school. The fact that it was at the hands of the police doesn't make it any less traumatic.
Right. So you know what I'm saying, there's a lot going on, man, with the police shootings, man. So you know what I'm saying, let's touch off of that. Is the police training really accurate for the situations, far as in the hood, in these situations?
Well,
dealing with the mental problems, with the problems on some certain situations. Let's say that the cops particularly don't stay into the neighborhood, so they don't know the terrain, the environment. They don't really know the situations. You know what I'm saying? So is it appropriate to send them type of cops into these neighborhoods and patrol them and to really to do these approach type assassination attempts or assassination type tactics onto our community?
No. I mean, I've always used this contrast in regards to black people and white people. You know what I'm saying? We have polar bears and we have grizzly bears, right?
Right.
Polar bears survive in the Arctic climate. They have the icy, Arctic, glaciers and shit. They fish in the water. They deep sea dive. They, get fish out of the water. You know what I mean, through the ice and shit like that. That's how they feed. You got grizzly bears. They have a whole different climate. You know what I mean? They're in the forest.
Right.
But what we have now is polar bears coming to the climate of the grizzly bears, trying to police them when they're not accustomed to the mannerisms of a grizzly bear, and the climate, everything. It's like you are putting yourself in a situation where you don't understand the mechanics of.
Right. I think that it was a good thing back, you know what I'm saying, because I grew up back when Mayor Coleman Young said, to police our community, you must stay in our community.
That's basically what I'm getting down to.
That's
basically like a pretty picture way of saying exactly that, and that's the point that I'm getting to.
And he was one of the
us policing us.
One of the first black mayors that was the mayor of a major city, and he really came in here with a police reform. And said, to police in our community, you must stay in our community because you're going to be held accountable one way or the other. That's basically what he said. You know what I'm saying? Because if the courts don't handle you, the streets will. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because you stay around the corner, mm-hmm. and they're not gonna sit outside your house 24/7, man, for 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying?
It's
so
ensuring you that you do right by.
So you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of these cops in these urban areas need to stay in these urban areas. You know what I'm saying? But next story,
because you can't come to that. That was the whole core of the point that I was making about the polar bears and the grizzly bears is you coming to my climate trying to tell me how to live and survive in my climate. You know nothing about how to survive in my climate.
You don't.
But you telling me what I need to do to survive and how to eat, where to eat, when to come out, when to go. Like, you know what I mean? You can't police me in my climate and you know nothing about where I'm from.
Man, so next story, man. Let's switch, man. We're gonna switch a whole nother agenda, man. We got a whole nother story. We got the transgenders throwing money at little girls.
Oh my God, what?
And promoting stripperism.
What?
Is that a word?
Platform?
Stripperism.
What platform was this on?
It's the same lady. I think that was a Trump supporter. We did a story about her. She's going to be on the Maury show or something with her son, or the Dr. Oz show. Remember, I think we had the lady. She's talking about her gay son. He's dressing up. But she's at a club in L.A., and it's 11:30, 12 at night, and transgenders is hosting a party. I think it's a transgender reading time, you know, because they got that story time, and they're promoting stripperism. You know what is stripperism? This is my word of stripperism: promoting kids or people to become strippers, or give them information about being strippers, or try and put them on to how to be a stripper. Stripperism. So we got the video to this of transgenders throwing money at little girls and teaching them how to strip and accept money at 11:30.
In a fucking drag show in LA on the beach. Look at this shit. Woo! USA! USA! Telling her get her fucking money. Look at this fucking bullshit. Look at this bullshit now. Look, they giving them fucking money, yo. Little girls now. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. And fucking throwing money at these little girls. Wait, hold on. I got the joint. Got them picking up fucking money off the floor like they fucking strippers and shit now. Why in the hell these people got these fucking little bitty ass kids at this fucking drag?
Yo, what do you think about that?
But see, this is what they like this though. They're fans of this. I'm saying the people who are saying that nothing is wrong with this community. You know what I mean? With the community of swapping genders. Okay, there's nothing wrong with allowing your child to identify as whatever sexual preference they want at an age that is pre them being able to have sex legally.
Man, that's right there is disturbing.
I don't understand how in this day and age we are allowing children to identify as a sexual preference outside of what they were born as at an age before we would permit them to have sex.
That was the same lady, I think, we did the video, I don't know, last week or 2 episodes earlier, to where she was talking about, she's a Trump supporter, and she was talking about to where her son is dressing up as a woman, and she was against it. And she was, I think they invited her on the show, Dr. Oz or something. But that's the same lady right there, y'all. But that right there is crazy, man. So we got some more picks. We got the Clark University requires students to take the vax before returning to campus. What about that, Mark?
It's crazy that you bring this up because it was just earlier today I seen on my timeline where somebody was saying that similar thing about the school that they went to up here. I can't quote the school, nor can I remember the person, but they were saying how they got a letter in the mail, I guess, or whatnot, saying that they won't be able to return to school, or they won't be able to attend school if they did not take the vaccine or have proof of it.
But I think this is illegal because ain't the college getting federal grants and loans and shit? So how can they deny you from coming on campus and they still accept grants that don't require you to take the vax? Is that illegal? And can they protest to that and contest that? I would think so, because if you tell me to don't come on campus and you trying to tell me to take a vaccination, put something into my body, but yet still you're taking federal grants and loans, which is majority of your money, then we got to take that away. I think y'all got to pay me off. So, students, if somebody ever tell y'all this tactic right there, you just got some little information. Contest it. So we got another one right now. We got Biden urges religious leaders to convince congregation to take the vax. What about that, man, Mark? Another story. So now we got church telling people to go ahead and put something in you, or you can't come to church.
You have the state telling the church.
The state telling the church to tell the people to take the back. Okay, could it be an incentive in it for the churches?
I mean, but aren't we supposed to? Isn't it some? I forget what it is, but we're not supposed to blur the lines between church and state. Shouldn't have the politicians shouldn't be influencing religious beliefs and vice versa. The religious beliefs shouldn't be influencing political views.
Right, and so you got now, you're gonna have religious leaders, your neighborhood pastor, telling you to take the vaccine. You know what I'm saying, or to encourage you before you even come back, because you already got the colleges saying it. Now your congregation is saying, "Okay, where can we go, man, Mark?"
I mean, we can't pray it away. That's
nope.
Possible. Because
you got your pastors right now running up under tables. They scared of the COVID. They supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, the head honchos of the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So also we got the Postal Service running ops to monitor the American social media. What you think about that?
By Americans, who do they mean, Judah?
Well, America's shit, niggas. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna run this on the white folks in the suburbs. When the postal, and I thought postal service was supposed to be worried about the mail. When did they get into surveillance? I thought that was a weird article right there. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that?
Or maybe they've always been in the surveillance game, and they just are. Well, this is their way. One of their ways of just sneaking it out, rolling it on out to us, and letting us know.
Postal Service running operations to monitor American social media. I never thought really USPS was into monitoring, but here we go. I got the article right there. I thought that was weird. So right now we got the Army saying, we got the video to the Army saying no to the vax. I hear 70% of the Army don't want to take the vax. Is it real? We got the video to that, man, Mark. What you think about that?
The Army saying what?
No to the vax. I mean, they don't want to take it. They know firsthand before we know this is the Army. They had numerous of tests that went bad on them. You know what I'm saying? So let's roll that footage of the Army saying no to the vax, yo.
Seen? Hey, did you get the vaccine?
Yes.
Did you get the vaccine? Did you get the vaccine? Did you get the vaccine? No. Did you get the vaccine? No. Did y'all get the vaccine? Did y'all get the vaccine? No. Hey, did you get the vaccine? No. Did you get the vaccine? Did you get the vaccine?
Fuck no.
Did you get the vaccine?
No, what if I die?
Vaccine?
So, you know, that's a TikTok right there. You know what I'm saying? That's allegedly.
I know allegedly. We seen it right there. We don't goddamn.
That's allegedly. You
Where
know?
they buy the uniforms from? They got it from Walmart. They got.
I don't know. They might say, man, we made it up. Y'all made that up, man. Y'all made a TikTok somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, we pretty much out of stories, man. Also, you know what I'm saying? We want to give much love, man, from the family right here to T Mizzle the Great, which is dealing with a loss of his family member. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We are, you know what I'm saying? We love our members, man, of the nation, man. So we want to give big ups, much love to the T Mizzle and his family, man, for the hard times that he dealing with, man. And that's truth right there.
There it is. There it is. One more episode, man, in the books.
Man,
Truth
so
Talk Nation.
You already
the
know.
hidden hand.
So, I mean, before we close it out, man, check out Judo Woke Ace cookbook, man. Get it on Amazon, you know what I'm saying? And it's the Moorish cookbook. I had a cookbook where we was dealing with I think King Ron.
Yeah, we had an interview prior to the show here in the studio, as a few of y'all may have seen a moment ago. So he just go ahead and decided to donate the book to King Ron.
Yeah. So get the Judo Woke Ace cookbook right there on Amazon, eBay. You can get it on Barnes and Nobles. Just Google it. It's in a lot of places. And shit, that's about it. We'll be back with some more crazy ass stories, man. Every day is some shootings, man. Every day is some crazy stories. Shit, we got war going on, man, in certain countries. A war brewing up. I ain't gonna say going on, but war brewing. So who knows what might come next week. So see you next week. This is another episode of the Hidden Hand Truth Talk Nation 7 Mile Moment. This is Judo Woke Ace. I'm at Mark from 7 Mile.
We up out of here.
And we out of this BI.
Are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.